Welcome to Talking Crew, an unofficial Motley Crue podcast. I'm your host, Kevin Humphrey, where I talk all things in the world of Motley Crue. This is episode 109 this week. Halloween Special 3 Motley Crue Blood Session Photo Review. But first, this weekend Motley news. There is an absolute ton of it. Happy 27th anniversary to the Motley Crue first Greatest Hits album, released October the 27th, 1998. I talk about this album on episode 18. Nicky posted on Saturday that he's been going through a lot of the old song lyrics over the decades that he's written, some finished, some unfinished. He said he doesn't know really what to do with all these. He said either a book or audio book, a coffee table book, a podcast about them. I replied, do it all. Do all of it. I want to get my hands on it, and I really want to hear where these lyrics come from. So yeah, do it all. John Corabi's in the news this week. He announced a free acoustic show for Saturday, November the 15th at Hotspot in High Ridge, Missouri. It also said that he will take the stage at 10 p.m. Also, on Tuesday, he announced there was a new show as well, December the 30th. Nashville, Tennessee, right up the road from me at Basement East. So if you're living in around that, make sure you get your tickets for that. But he had a bigger announcement that he made that day. He said that he has taken an all-star band on his tour in 2026 in February. So check this out. On guitar, you got Jeremy Asbrook, who played with Ace, the late great Ace Frehley's solo band, and Gene Simmons' solo band. Guitarist Marty Fredrickson, who's more of a songwriter. He wrote a lot of songs for Aerosmith and a bunch of other bands. He will be there, and he's also working on he did some of the Dead Daisy stuff and the new John Corabi, or at least as of right now, that's what I've been hearing, is that he's working with John on his new solo album. On bass guitar, Michael Devin, who is in the band Whitesnake. On keyboards, Paul Taylor from Winger. And a little Motley Crue tie-in here. He worked with Mick Mars on his solo album. But his is the big kicker. Troy Lacutti on drums. He retired or quit. I'm not really sure. I see one thing and then I see another. He was in the band Tesla. So that is an all-star lineup. This is going to be absolutely incredible. Check out johncorabi.com for all those tour dates in February. 8 years ago, the 10th anniversary of 6am's The Heron Diaries was released on October the 27th, 2017. So go out and check out that album and listen to it. And then today, Motley Crue released a live version of Keep Your Eye on the Money from the upcoming 40th Anniversary Theater Pain box set. I listened to this twice already today on my way home and at lunch. I absolutely love it. I think it's incredible. Of course, I love that song anyway. So, yeah, it's great that they released another single. Maybe they are listening to this podcast, because I mentioned that last week, if they would do something. And then Wednesday, John 5 is in the news. He posted something on social media. Kind of re-tagged himself and posted it. Peter Criss, the original drummer for the band Kiss, is working on a new solo album. Actually, I've heard it's already done. Now, something was supposed to be released today on Halloween. I haven't seen anything yet as I've hit the record button, but if I do, I will post it on the Talking Crew Facebook page. In fact, I'll post Keep Your Eye on the Money live in the comments section and on the Talking Crew Facebook page in case you've not heard it. And that's it. Like I said, in Motley News, there was a ton of it. Now, if you're watching this on YouTube, as you can see, I've kind of got myself set up in a little room here. I'm calling it the Motley Room. So far, so good. Some of these will change as we go down the road. And, I like it so far. There's the Rolling Stone cover, the only time Motley Crue's been on that. You got the Generation Swine, them about to go on stage, and then Decade of Decadence in 1991. So yeah, I'm going to keep adding stuff. This is just, I'm talking tiny bit of the Motley stuff that I have. So yeah, stay tuned for all this stuff and see if you notice anything that gets changed. Alright, so that's it for that. So let's go to episode 109, Halloween Special 3, Motley Crue Blood Session Photos is what I'm going to be talking about this week. On this week's episode, I'm just going to continue on what I've kind of started a little tradition called the Halloween Specials. I did Halloween Special 1 is where I started it all on episode 13. That's where I made up a playlist for Halloween using Motley Crue songs, along with other bands and artists like Ozzy, Black Sabbath, Alice Cooper, Iron Maiden. The list just went on and on. So go back and check that out in case you need a playlist idea of what to play. And then I did Halloween Special 2, which was episode 60, Motley Crue's To Nowhere TV show review. Motley Crue did a MTV special back in the day in the early, I think 86, and this was aired on Halloween, so definitely check out that episode, and I did post it in the comment section on that episode. That is episode 60. And that leads us to this year's Halloween Special 3. Now, I kept trying to think, what am I going to do this year? You know, I did Motley Crue's To Nowhere, I did a playlist. What else is there? And then I just could not think of anything at all. In fact, the Motley Crue Blood Session photos, came to me in a dream. And then I woke up and I was like, yes, that's my Halloween Special 3. So let's go info and facts on this. These photos to me are absolutely iconic. They took place in 1984 by legendary photographer Neil Zauber, who said this was his favorite photo session ever, is these blood sessions. The band was wearing the Shout at the Devil costumes. They was using Neil to help take pictures of them to help promote the Shout at the Devil album, the upcoming tour, especially in music magazines around that time as well. Plus, they already had an idea of releasing Helter Skelter, which is off the Shout at the Devil album, as a picture disc, and they kind of wanted to use some photos from that, which they did. Now, reading Neil's book, which I will do an episode on, where he posted or printed out a ton of pictures of the band, and I will do an episode on. This was actually Nicky's idea about the blood. In fact, Nicky says in that book, he said that he was really into Helter Skelter, the movie and the book, which if you don't know what that is, I actually suggest you to see it. I don't know if I read it. It's pretty gory. I read it back in high school. But it's about the Manson family and the murders that happened. But he was kind of in that kick. And he said, let's get some pig blood. And Neil quickly was like, no, not doing that. But I can get you some Hollywood fake blood. And that's what we got. Now, I suggest when you see these, and I'm just going to show you a few of these, because there's a tons more on Google and or Firefox, whoever internet that you have. So just type that in, Motley Crue Blood Sessions 1984, and you'll see a ton of them. In fact, there's tons more in Neil's book. Again, I'll get to that in a future episode. But yeah, they used it for Helter Skelter picture disc. There you go. There you can see the blood coming down. Also, it came with a poster that was from Neil's photo sessions as well. And then the back cover, again, from the blood session photos. This is before the blood came into play. Now, the band members themselves, there was also other band photos as well. There's a good one. I like that one a lot. And that one, I don't know if you can see that one pretty good. There's that one. Again, the blood came in and everything went haywire. Now, each band member also got to have their own little photo session. So, like here's Mick, kind of with the blood. There's he didn't really use it per se, as I'll talk about as the other members go on. He did use his guitar and did those rock star poses. I thought that was really cool. And then you got Tommy looking cool with the blood sessions. Didn't really use the blood, kind of like Mick, but he did like some writing on his arm or something like that. I don't know if you can see that, but he wrote Sleazy on his arm. Classic Motley there. Vince, kind of like who I'm fixing to talk about here in a little bit, actually kind of took it a little bit step further. You can't really see this, but he's actually got blood smeared. He took some blood and smeared it on his chest, so kind of looks like danger. Not sure really what's going on, what happened. Here's another good one of Vince. There's the blood. You can see it on his chest there. And then, but Nikki, on the other hand, went hog wild, to sort of speak. I mean, he really went all out. I mean, that is actually a classic, iconic picture. I've seen this in a lot of music magazines back in the day of that. And where's another good one of Nikki? This one, if I can get it to stay. There we go. It's real creepy. The blood coming out of his mouth with a dagger, his blood on his hands. It just looks super cool. He's got FTW written on his arm, which means fudge the world, only that's not what I didn't say fudge. But yeah, when you look at these photos, I actually suggest you listen to either the Shout at the Devil whole album, which I'm almost pretty sure I read this or heard this, that they were actually listening to that album while these photo sessions were taking place, especially Helter Skelter, and that would get them in the mood of these photo sessions. But yeah, listen to that. Listen to Helter Skelter while you listen or look at these photos. It's a great Halloween tradition. And for me, I love looking at these photos. I always see something I've never seen before. All right, so that's it for this week's Halloween Special 3. Homework this week. What do you think about these photos? To me, they're absolutely iconic. Can't go wrong. Now, this will probably be the last Halloween special, unless I can think of something else. Or if you have a suggestion, write me a comment down below. Let me know what should Halloween Special 4 be. Because right now I can't think of anything. So that's it for this week. Next week is episode 110, Motley Crue AOL Sessions 2004 review. Is what I'm going to be talking about next week. If you know anybody that's a Motley Crue fan, likes to talk about Motley Crue, hear about Motley Crue, send them this way. Hit that share button, copy the link, and send it to them. Tell them to go on Google, Firefox, YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, and type in Talking Crue. All the episodes will pop up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button yourself. Give me a thumbs up. I greatly appreciate it. Helps out the podcast a whole lot. I want to welcome all the new subscribers on YouTube, Facebook, and Spotify. Welcome. It is absolutely great to have you here. Everybody who gives me thumbs ups and does homework questions, I greatly appreciate that as well. And that's it. Happy Halloween. Be safe. I will see you guys next Friday. And you just took a ride on the wild side.